Well, thank you so much, everybody, for coming on here. Really do appreciate you guys being on this call and making the time. I'm really excited to share a little bit about my story and also have Kristen, who's on here doing the call with us tonight. And she's going to share a little bit about her story. Let's just get started, right? Okay. So I'm Denise. My journey with this company started about over a little 2 years ago. I'm really excited because this month has been insane. There's been just so many promotions upcoming and there's so much more to come. But what I really want to talk about is how simple this business can be and just how it can fit into your day-to-day and share how I got involved. It was just not that long ago when I was in your shoes and it happened so fast. It just like the way that they structured the business, it's crazy how everything happened so fast. But this opportunity was definitely not something I was looking for. I never wanted or cared to be involved in anything that had anything to do with anything besides design. That's what I went to school for. That's my passion. My only dream job for me was to work in New York City, work in advertising, and that's my dream job. And when this opportunity kind of creeped into my life, I was thinking, well, I'm not interested at all. I didn't think I would have enough time. I worked full time. My hours were insane. You know how it is in New York City. I was doing what I loved, but I was super burnt out. Okay. How did I hear about this? I heard it through one of my best friends who I lived with at the time. And she took this on. And to be perfectly honest, she was a buyer in New York City. I was a senior art director. We both were doing things that we love doing. So I was kind of really not understanding why she was taking on this opportunity. I was like, maybe it's a phase she's going through. I didn't understand it. I was super skeptical, but a couple of things sold me on it. Okay. Really, I could sit here and tell you I like beauty, but I never cared for it. As I was getting older, my mom always said, you need to wear night cream and all these things. And in my mind, I was just, I don't care. If something works for me, I use it. So I didn't care about beauty. I didn't want to take on another thing, even though I loved to take on multiple jobs. I'm such a yes man, I really am. And when I saw her paycheck, it changed the game for me because I was just wondering how the hell she was making so much money doing what she did. And she looked like she was having so much fun doing it. And she was able to do it after she got home from work. And how was she making more than what we were doing in our jobs? And the other thing that was attracting to me was she got paid 5 times a month. So I was like, what? That's unheard of too. And how flexible it was, honestly, because I was kind of impressed that she was able to do it, that I figured maybe I can tailor it into my life. Whether I was in school or in my full-time job, I was also freelancing, but you could be a mom. You literally are the boss in this business. So it really is up to you. You make the rules. And the fact that we can work from our phones, besides all the incentives, what the business offers, this company it's unreal once you realize the value of it. But, you probably think I sound crazy, but it's really true. Here's the thing for me, the paycheck sold me, that's one. And two, I admired always on Instagram, all these travel bloggers. And I was like, oh, every time I travel, I love being creative. I love to be able to use my Instagram as a second source. Besides for my portfolio and website, this is another way I can express my creativity, right? And I always loved to travel. And I didn't know how they were doing all the things that they were doing. And for me, listen, guys, I moved to the States when I was 12 years old. And ever since I've traveled always. And it's just what fuels my soul, just like how design is. You can only imagine how many PTO days you get at your corporate job. And given the fact that my family lives overseas, it was just so difficult for me to do anything. I can't go see something new because I need to see my family. So I was very limited. I was living by my corporate job's rules. My life wasn't ruled by me. And you already know, I already mentioned I'm a creative. So I don't have a background in sales. I always told myself that if there's anything I'm going to learn from this business, it's going to be how to sell myself. because the one thing that I could find relatable to what I did for a living was the fact that I always pitched to clients. I mean, I honestly would freeze up and forget what I wanted to say or pitch. And even though like I was passionate about what I did, I hated public speaking. And you're probably like, yeah, right. But no, seriously, I did. And so I thought like, okay, if there's anything I can learn from this, it'll be that. And we sell stuff all the time. None of us noticed it. Kristen, before this call, just told me about a mascara and I was like, no way. Like, that's really all we do. We talk about things that we genuinely, passionately use and love. And think about social media and how it works. So many brands pay billions of dollars to be advertising through social media for their content alone itself. Our company just pays us more for our paychecks. Like whatever I do in this, it's always going to pay off. And I was never imagining my life to be here right now with you guys on this call talking about it. When I took this on, I honestly thought it was going to be just like a couple $100 a month sort of thing. But then once you realize the value of what this company actually can give you, there are no limits. The way I can put it is this: in just a year, I quit my job. And for 6 months, I was able to go see my family, travel, move from New York City to LA, all because of this. And everyone that's on this call has a different story, including Kristen. So I'm going to let her take over and have her share a little bit about her story.
Thank you. So it's funny to like listen to you because so Denise and I met. She brought me into the business in college, and we both, I would say, have done a full 180 since we first met. We literally met through going to the bars, what 21-year-olds do, actually 18-year-olds do all the time. We were party, and didn't see each other over the course of almost 10 years, but we stayed in contact. And I always loved watching her adventures and her traveling. To see her family like here and there. Like she would post like twice a year, but it'd be the most creative post. And so we would stay in touch, and I'm like, one day we're going to travel together. And I remember just seeing constantly, I had just moved to Boston from Florida, and I was seeing that she was living in New York at the time. We went to school together in Florida as well. But I saw that she was just constantly posting. She was going on trip after trip after trip. And then her business partners. And I was like, wait, where is this coming from? How are you traveling all the time suddenly? Who are all of these babes that you're always with? Like, tell me more about this. And I, at the time, wasn't looking for anything either. I had a full-time job. I still have it. I could leave it if I wanted to, but I love it. And a lot of people do that as well. You have the option, once you start hitting the tops of the ranks, if you want to stay with your job, you can stay. If you want to leave it, you can leave. So I had my full-time job, and then I also owned an e-commerce store. So when I reached out to Denise, we got on a phone call. I was like, this sounds fun. I would love to reconnect. I would love to see you more. I would love to go on free trips, but I have no time. So I don't know if this is something for me, but I'm not going to lie, I don't know a soul in Boston, so it would be cool to meet people. I don't know. I'm up in the air. And she's like, Kristen, just give me an hour a day and we'll see. Just watch. Just trust me. And the products are good. I don't care if you don't brush your hair. The products are good. You're going to love them. Just try them. Trust me. And we'll see what happens. And I was like, okay, fine. Who cares? So I enrolled, and I caught I would say the bug, whatever you want to call it, like super quick. So I remember getting on a call with Denise, and it was a similar call like this. And I was hearing, but it was one of our training calls once you're on the team. Tons of training calls. And I remember hearing what the opportunity was at the top of the company and the 5-figure monthly incomes. And it was like big 5-figure monthly incomes because I come from a good job. So I heard the numbers and I was like, okay, so I'm probably going to put in a little bit more than an hour a day. And I just got addicted to the business because it didn't ever feel like work. Our job is literally just having conversations with people and, telling people, like she said, about products that we actually like and that are really, really good. So I really joined for the community, and it turned into so much more than that for me. I realized that you really could make an impact with this business because so many people that I didn't realize before are so insecure with their hair, with their skin. Their hair won't grow past their shoulders, whatever it is, or their hair's fried off from their bleach. That was me. And when I started, recommending the products here and there to my family members, and I would get messages back saying, how drastically their hair had changed or how much it was helping them. And then again, from the people that I was bringing onto the team, my close friends, telling me that they had just paid off their student loans. I was seeing their success and their joy and everything they were learning, and they were growing. Their personal development was growing, and I was all in. So it's really funny because Denise is saying how she hates public speaking. I remember getting on my first call with her, the onboarding after you enroll. And I remember being like, wow, good for her. I could never do that. I would never do a Zoom call. I would be shaking. I'd have to be like, this was literally how I would be, like reading off my notes. Like there was no way. And this business literally gave me the confidence. At first, it wasn't easy, but then I started, doing it a little bit more and more. And you just grow in so many ways. It's constantly pushing you to get uncomfortable and do what you weren't really willing to do before. And you have so much support while doing it. So it wasn't anything I expected. And now, similar to Denise, I'm in it for the long haul. I'm only 3 ranks from the top of the company. Hopefully after this month, only 2 months from the top. So I am just so fortunate that she brought me into this business and for everything that it has done for me. But I would say, obviously impact, but being able to connect with old connections, people from, your past that will reach out to you from the woodworks being like, what is this about? But then also new connections, all of the people that have been brought into my life from this opportunity that, I was expecting to meet a couple people in Boston and, make some friends. It turned into, we now have a group of over almost 100 people in Boston. We have a Boston Boss Babes, huge entrepreneur group. And then we also have girls all over the country that have become my closest friends and in other countries. So to kind of transition, to tell you a little bit about the company while we're on the topic of countries, we're actually in 5 different countries. We're in the US, UK, Canada, Poland, and Ireland. We're constantly launching different products. It's a huge, huge company. We've been only open for 5 years. And last year we did over $1 billion in revenue, which is incredible. It typically takes the companies years and years and years to do this. So one of the reasons why we're so successful is because people trust our products. They try our hair system. They're like, okay, these are that good. Let me try the skincare system. We launched skincare last fall. Originally, we were just hair care. And when we launched, it took off like wildfire. We literally have been in Forbes. We've been in Vogue. I'll just pause for that. Glamour. All of these huge, huge publications saying that we're better than Botox. And we just released a makeup remover balm that literally melts makeup off of your face. That's wild. We had a girl put a Sharpie marker on her face and it literally just wiped off. Insane. So our products are good. They're all scientifically proven, clinically backed. Our company is the best company I've ever worked for. And I work for a really good company in the solar industry as well. But the way our company loves their people and they're constantly looking out for us, they're constantly giving back is so, so special to my heart. So Denise, do you want to talk a little bit about how we give back?
Yeah, it's crazy because it's so mind-blowing to me how this company is constantly donating. We have so many brand ambassadors for our company itself. And what they do is they pick something that they genuinely feel passionate about. That's aside from what the company does itself. But say I was an ambassador and I feel passionate about, maybe helping kids in a certain country and that's my passion. They allow me to pursue that. And what's so amazing, it's nothing like I've ever seen before, the community of people and the support, what everybody does for each other. Even if you don't know the person, but you hear someone say, hey, this is something that we all want to donate for. This is for this charity, or this is to help these kids. Whatever it is, people come together. Other than that, our company, they donate millions of dollars, just to help so many different charities to give back. One of the things I also love that they do, every time they send us on a free trip, there's a day and in the morning, dedicated to gratitude. And they kind of show you that even though we're gaining so much from this business and what they have allowed us to have in our lives, they are also showing us to have gratitude and give back. And another thing they just recently did, they stopped making shampoos. They stopped producing any additional product and they started making sanitizers. Look at what other companies have donated out there. It's crazy. And they donated 240,000 free sanitizers for people. And that is just they just are such people's people. Just kind of shows you what we're about. You're probably thinking, what do our days look like? Okay. Obviously, everyone's day is going to be different. If you're working full time, if you are a student, if you are someone who maybe has a part-time job and you're doing other things, or you're doing both, doesn't matter. You're a mom, you're a guy, like everyone has a different day to day. But what do? We go on our social media, we share a couple things on our stories, what we like to call attraction marketing. We don't spam anybody. We are literally sharing things that as we would, if you go and you are at a new restaurant and you might tag them, you have somebody ask you where you're eating. They've always wanted to try that. And you saying, yes, oh my God, I love it here. You just did social selling. That's what social selling is. It's very powerful and it's only just going to grow and grow. And that's really what we do. Aside from that, I might FaceTime a friend and, I might talk to a couple of people. I talk to the girls that I work with. We talk about strategies. We talk about how we can, we share content together. We talk about ways that we can be more inspiring. Watch the training. Yeah, personal development. Like that is what Kristen was talking about, like the whole public speaking. I still don't believe her because I literally just recently said that to her. I was like, wait, no way. I thought you were always really good. And it's crazy because she's a training expert. And that to me shows how much this really challenges you. And you already feel like you're already out of your comfort zone as is when you say yes to something like this. But the personal development is something that you get on it. You expect your bank account to grow. You expect to gain all these friends. You expect a lot of other things that you're assuming that's what you're getting, but you don't expect the growth that you're going to have personally. As I said before, you already know, like we work with all different types of people. I'm loving it. This month, we have so many fellas in the house coming on to our team. And we have so many moms, stylists, we have designers, we have people who are in the sales industry, people who might have freelance gigs and they want to take on another thing. All I know is that there is nothing to lose. And I don't think that it can ever hurt you if you have another source of income. It's like saying, hey, I'm going to pick up another shift at my restaurant. It's like saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to babysit on Friday night to make a couple extra bucks. It's literally saying I'm going to work overtime. But with my company, overtime didn't mean I got paid. So that was also another thing. So you really get what you put in with this. And that's what I love about this company. But Kristen, do you want to talk about how we get started?
Yeah, I would love to. And just to kind of recap some of the benefits. So we are, obviously getting community. You're getting to meet people. You're getting to network. My full-time job actually created me a position because they were seeing me do Zoom calls so often at night. So now I do full-time training for my company as well. But networking also, let's say you had a hat store. Now you have thousands of people that you just met that are going to buy your hat. So networking, community, we have a car program. Once you hit the 6th rank, which both Denise and I have hit, there's a ton of people who are hitting it this month. I'm so proud of them. So you can get a Cadillac. When you hit the top rank, you can switch that Cadillac to a Range Rover or a Jaguar. So the car program is pretty sweet. Obviously, there's monetary value, residual income. So when you hear the term making money in your sleep, this is the business for you. You literally can make money in your sleep. You can make money at any time you want because it's all through your phone. We don't hold inventory. There's no minimums. There's no requirements. You can wake up, like Denise said, you can pick up a shift and be like, I'm going to make some money, honey. And that's why the business was so addicting to me, because it was like, what else am I going to do? So if you feel like you don't have time, ask yourself, what are you doing? We don't ever have time for what we don't make time for. Same thing as going to the gym. If you don't make time to go to the gym, we ain't getting skinny. We don't make time to work an extra business, we might not be getting rich. So let's get rich together. That's a big benefit. Obviously, impact, helping so many people, bringing people. With this quarantine, you would think, things would slow down, but it didn't slow down. It actually quadruple probably picked up speed because so many people are looking for community. They're craving community. They're craving connection. They're craving something to do with their time. And a lot of people are also looking for ways to make money. We are the solution that has been spreading the light and helping people. So I love that about the company, but also our traveling. So, it's not required, but we have trip after trip after trip that's available to you. The company's constantly releasing, if you do XYZ, you can go to Dominican Republic. If you do X, Y, and Z and A, then you're bringing a +1. And then you can also have a suite with the butler. So since I've joined, these are just the places that they've announced. Bora Bora, Nashville, Bahamas twice, Vegas twice. We're supposed to be in Vegas now, actually, but they're postponing it because of this. But they're postponing it. It didn't get canceled, so that's okay. Columbus, Ohio, Dominican Republic. We just got back from Cancun, Cayman Islands. I've only been in the company since August 2018. So again, so many benefits. I'm not going to keep you here all night talking about them, but what would it take to get started? Getting started, super simple. You would get on the phone with someone that whoever brought you onto this call. So text them, call them, whatever. They'll go over any additional questions with you. From there, you'll pick out your business kit. Your business kit is a 1099 write-off. This is for you and you alone. It's not for you to go sell inventory, nothing like that. This is for you to try the products, for you to get used to them, because obviously you can't represent something that you're not obsessed with yourself. So you get your hands on the products. We have 4 different options for your business kit. So I'm going to quickly go over those. The first one is going to be our $199 kit. This one is a good kit, but it's super basic. If I'm being honest, it only comes with 1 shampoo, 1 conditioner. That's not compatible with all hair types. So I'm not a super fan of it because I'd rather you have the shampoo conditioner that you need. All of our products are very specific to hair type. So I don't know if you would need that one, but all of our kits do come with our oil, which I'm obsessed with. It has 101 different uses. I think the lowest kit comes with around 11 products. When I heard that, I was like, Denise, I'm never gonna use 11 products. I don't brush my hair. And she's like, trust me, when you try these, you will want to keep using them. And she was right, which is crazy. So the next kit is going to be the $349. The $349 kit, this one is a better kit. It has a lot more variety. This is the one that I actually got. The most popular kit is going to be the $599. I would say most people get this one because you can actually access almost our full skincare, not the entire thing, but I think there's like 5 or 6 different skincare products. The $349 only has 2 of them. The $199 doesn't have any. So $599 pretty much has everything you need. It has our Intense Repair Conditioner, which is pretty much magic in a bottle. Almost everyone uses it. It's very, very universal. And then it also has our lash serum. So if you like me or Dee's lashes, we were just talking about how they were growing before this. Wow, I'm really patting myself on the back, but I'm proud because I lost them after having no lashes from fake lashes. But anyways, it also comes with the Intense Repair Spray, which is huge. If you have widow's peak or a receding hairline or any thinning or balding areas, this is the kit for you. And then we have the $799 kit, which is also an amazing kit. It has pretty much everything, but I usually only have my hairstylist or product junkies. If you're obsessed with products, get that because you don't really need everything. So I would say if you're going for one, $599 is the best. As far as kits, if you're thinking to yourself, I don't, have the money for them right now, I do want to assure you with our training, if you want to make that money back by the end of this week, you can do that. You can come in, you can quadruple your investment in your first month. We have bonus structures and we have the training set in place for you to be massively successful if you come in and you show up. So the benefits are great. Everything that you can do with this company is great, but it's up to you to show up, press play, run your business. It's not up to the person that invited you onto this call. You have to be disciplined enough to actually put in the effort. And then if you show up, everything is provided for you. So it's very, very hard to not be successful in this business if you are coachable and you're consistent. So if you can do an hour a day and be consistent with that, or if you can do 5 hours a day or 4 hours, the more you put in, like Denise said, the more you're going to get out. It's very, very simple business. The hard part can just be showing up if you have a million things to do. But if you have that set schedule, it's easy. So with that being said, if you are, like I said, thinking to yourself, okay, cool, I want to do this business. How can I don't have the money on right now. Here's a couple different options for people who, were in the same boat. I know Denise, she put it on her credit card, got the travel points. Some people will just go on Poshmark, sell old shoes, old, clothing items, save up for it, whatever you want to do, personal loan, because whatever it is going to be, you're going to make that money back if you are consistent and you show up. So you would get on that call, you would pick out your business kit. After you've picked out your business kit, we are adding you to, actually we're doing a call with you right away to go over what you want from this business, why you joined, what we'll tell you, if you want to make X, this is what you have to do. And we're going to set up based off of what you tell us is the time that you could put in and the goals that you want to accomplish. We'll set up your game plan one-on-one for you to accomplish those as quickly as possible. And then we'll add you to all of the training pages and all of the group chats. It is pretty much impossible to not be able to get a hold of someone at any given time in this business because, like I said before, we have people all over the world. So we have girls in Hawaii, we have girls in the UK. Someone is always awake. Denise and I don't really sleep. We're weird. So we're here for you at any moment as well. But there's just so much support. And if I could leave you with anything before Denise wraps us up with the last words, it would be just do it. Don't make excuses. Don't wait. Don't say, maybe next month in a week or 2 weeks. The time is now. And as cliche as that might sound, or you might hear that about other things, it literally is now. We are in such high momentum. This is a groundbreaking opportunity. Forbes literally says the quote, the best time to join a business is when it's in the midst of product launches and global expansion, which is what we are doing. So join us and we will show you the way. If you do whatever it takes to get in, and we will literally do whatever it takes to get you to the top with us, because it doesn't matter where we are. The business is set up that it's not competitive. We're going to bring everyone with us and we won't stop till everyone is at the top. That rhymes. Okay, so I'm going to transfer it over to Denise. Thanks for having me. I'm Kristen, and Denise, will you wrap us up with your last words?
I loved everything you said, but she is right. Okay, momentum is everything. The only difference between two people in this business, and we can wrap this up, the only difference between two people in this business is mindset. If you go into this business expecting to fail, then you're probably going to fail, just like anything else, right? You need to be relentless, okay? You need to want this. You have to have no excuses. Just like what Kristen was saying earlier about, going to the gym. You want to lose weight, but you talk about how you need to go to the gym and then you eat so late at night. I feel like I'm talking about myself, but it's true. If you say you want these things and then you don't act on it, it's not going to probably happen for you. It's not the company. It's not anybody else's fault but ourselves. So if you go into this saying, all right, you know what? I'm going to be working with a group of people who want the same things as me. They are like-minded. They all are ready to grind. Girls, guys, we are really just relentless and we have that vision. And that doesn't mean you have to know it and you have to be this passionate starting on. But if you're not okay with where you are right now, you can be. We could just sit here and say, shoulda, woulda, or you could say, I heard about this months ago and I wish I joined. Do it now. Like she said, just do it. I can't imagine my life without this, and the girls and the guys, everybody that we work with. I can't imagine my life without it. And that's just me. That's one out of how many?
And me. My eyes are watering.
Just whether you're broke or whether you're just not into your job, whether you're just looking for a second source of income or a third or a fourth, whatever it might be, if you're intrigued a little bit, there's probably a reason, right? Your gut is never wrong. All I can say is this is like the real deal, and we would love to be working with you. So I hope you say yes.
Hope to see you on the next training call.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night. Bye.